We must look like a...
All right, it is day, oh, I did it again, 109, I think. But we left the Blue Barn this morning, kind of took our time. So it's this barn on this property in West Hartford that this couple lives there next door to the barn. And they've been allowing hikers to stay since the 70s. And they had out hard-boiled eggs and coffee this morning on their porch. So we just kind of hung out for a while with the other hikers who were there too. Then the four of us set off as a group, but Jukebox and Roadrunner, after a few minutes on the uphill, they sped ahead. Me and Lighthouse are pulling in the rear. Lighthouse is somewhere behind me, way back there. But we're hitting New Hampshire today, so we're all gonna meet at the sign and do a group photo. Roadrunner and Jukebox will wait there for us. And then we have a hotel room tonight. I'm not gonna stay at that hostel. So we're all gonna split the hotel room. It'll be a little cheaper than staying at the hostel. And I think we're all gonna, the four of us are gonna stick with the plan going into the Whites. So we have 3 days, I think, until we hit the Whites, which I'm a little worried about, not gonna lie. Don't know how my body is gonna react to gigantic climbs again. These climbs have been rough in Vermont, so we'll see. I'll catch up with you guys later. Headed to Walmart.
You guys hiking back down? Yeah. So yeah, we're in the so on the It's kind of cool actually.
All right, so it is the afternoon of day 110. We took our time this morning. We had to resupply, and we ate like breakfast / lunch, and then we successfully hitched around. So I wanted to go to Walmart, which was farther south than where we were, to see if they had trekking poles, which they did not. And everyone went ahead and went with me there. And then there was a Price Chopper, which is like a grocery store in this area, that we resupplied at, because Walmart doesn't really have good resupply options. It's just too many big boxes of things. Can't really resupply a small amount, because it's only going to be 2.5 days to our next hostel, which is right before the Whites. Our hitch this morning down to Walmart was a rural mail truck, or mail car I should say, which had no back seats, and the steering column was on the right side. So it was funny. Roadrunner sat up front and everyone else crammed in the back. And then our hitch back to Hanover, we actually got 2 separate hitches. Me, Lighthouse, and Roadrunner got hitched by this girl who just got her license. She's about to turn 18, It was kind of sad. She said her dad, you know, would always pick up hitchhikers, but he had passed away about 4 months prior. So she is doing him honor and making him proud by giving hitches. And I think we were like her first ever hitch too, because she just started driving on her own essentially. But we decided not to like narrow out the 1.5 miles, but we're gonna do 11 miles because weather is supposed to be really bad tomorrow. Lots of rain, so we're gonna push a little bit more today, and just try to make the next couple days a little lighter since we're likely to get soaked. But luckily we have a hostel that we can recoup at right before the whites. And as far as my trekking poles go, you know, I had one tip bend and then the other tip actually snapped off. So I'm trying to get the bent tip to snap off, and I'm just going to use the metal nubs for now until I can get to an outfitter, which I see one a couple days into the whites that's feasible to get to. There's a hostel called the Notch Hostel, which will shuttle you to and from trail if you stay there. And the outfitter is not far from them. So hopefully I will have new trekking poles partially through the whites. It all depends on how fast we can go through the whites too, because our mileage is likely to go way down. Other than that, I think that's all I have for now. So I'll catch up with you guys later.